talking me?
All right, so
and then Deathloop. So
talk to me.
that
How was it?
game is fudging good.
It's fucking good,
It's
right? I
good.
told you, dude.
It's
told
a good
you.
game. It's really good. So it's not a roguelike. I would not I wouldn't even use the word even remotely related to it, in my opinion. I would never let that word even get anywhere near.
I do understand that they have like a roguelike aspect,
Now,
but
at
because of
all, in
how
my
the
opinion.
story has to progress, you have to die numerous times.
This is more like, way more, in my opinion, a start to finish narrative. This does not feel at any way to me like a roguelike at all. For one, I've never once died naturally. I've only ever died because the end of the day starts.
Okay.
So you have to restart. I've never, like, I've died in the world, but I never extinguished both my lives to the point where, like, I died a second time and I had one life left and I died again. That's never happened to me at one time.
Okay.
I've died one time. And then there was one instance in which I had died twice and I just left. So, okay, I'll just leave. I'll take my goodies and leave. Because you could just go ahead and go right back to where you were. And so it's like, for
The only
me,
thing you'd miss out on is the Residium.
big
at that
deal.
point.
I'll take 2 minutes to just go back into the world. Like, it's not a big deal. Like, so for me, it's like there isn't any real fear of losing anything, like in a real roguelike. It's different than Hades in the sense that as you die and stuff, like the characters in Hades like kind of comment on like what you just experienced. It's like a trip. Like, it's brilliant. This is more like it's scripted. Like, you enter the world and it's like a scripted dialogue that you're just going through each scripted dialogue between like him and Juliana or whatever.
Yeah.
And so it's very scripted. It's very start to finish.
Even in certain areas, like locations that you go to, if you were to visit it again, you would say the same lines.
Right. It's very narrative driven. I want to emphasize that, like, to the audience. Like, you aren't doing a run and then like starting over a run. It's all linear.
Something new, yeah.
It's all linear. Like, you're not starting anything over. The only thing you're starting over is your day starts over, but the quest, you're still on the same exact quest line. You're still doing the exact same
It's your
thing.
main task that you're starting over. The aspect of having to kill all 7 visionaries in one full go.
But
That's what started
but
over.
you can't even do that until you're done with your quest lines. So you have to like go through all your quest lines before you can even consider doing that. It's not like the run is that. It's not like the run is like starting, okay, now I got to kill all 7 to see if I can do it.
Yeah.
No, you have to do this quest line. Okay, you're done, leave. Go to the next zone to do your next quest line. Go to the next zone to do your next quest line. Go back over because this quest line that you just finished, you can only do in the morning. So wait till the morning to continue that quest line. And you're just doing all that until eventually you get enough information to know how to kill everybody. There is no like run. It's not a run. Like in a roguelike, you're running. You're doing a run. You're like, oh man, just one more run. This does not have that one more run feel
So that
at
kind
all.
of reminds me of like Persona. Like, you could only do so much in a day.
Yes.
You can't beat. And
Persona is a
wait it,
very
and you
similar
gotta do it,
situation.
and you gotta. And then once you meet these conditions, okay, now I
Right.
could finally do
Exactly.
You know?
The day ends like Persona.
Yeah.
So it's like you're starting over in that sense. But you're starting the same quest line. It's like, okay, now I'm going to go revisit that individual to keep going up on that storyline. This is like the same exact thing. Now I will. So for me, it's more just a clever storytelling device,
Right.
than an actual roguelike aspect. But I think it's it's really dope. And I like how the worlds change between each day. It does kind of feel different. They repopulate the world differently. So the enemies are kind of like located in different locations depending on the day. The visionaries change depending on the day. The locations you can go to within the world change depending on the day. So they do quite a bit.
cool. On
One
the
of
time
my
of the day,
one of
yeah.
my gripes, I guess, would be I wish the world was a little bigger, because it's only 4 worlds and they're kind of small. So I wish they were just a little bit bigger, so a little bit more to kind of explore, because you kind of exhaust it pretty quick. Like, you kind of memorize it pretty fast.
Well, you think you do, but it's interesting the way that they do it.
They
Like,
got
just
things
like you were
hidden in
saying,
nooks
the
and
certain
stuff.
but like the certain times of day, like if you go into like Carl's Bay in the morning and then you go into it in the afternoon, there's gonna be pathways that aren't available or doors that
Right.
are open that
That's what I
weren't
was just
open
saying.
before
Right.
and things
Yes.
like that. So yeah,
but it's
so
still
so
small.
many
You
different-
memorize it quickly. Like,
Yeah.
you know that path now.
right.
Like, the map is really easy to get your fingers around, because it's open, but it's like a small little island. I wish they were just a little bigger. That'd be dope. If it was just a little bit bigger. And I wish like I get it. Like it changed. That's what they want to change throughout the day. But it'd be cool if you can kind of do all your exploration and like stay there as long as I want. Like you can stay there as long as you want, but like because things are closed off to you, it's like, well, there's not really any more I can do. I better leave. It'd be kind of cool if I could just kind of like do a whole lot. Like let me kind of do everything and kind of just have a fun time exploring in the zone, right? It's so interesting how like just changing where you respawn from, it
Changes how you have to play it. Yeah.
It just combobulates you and like it feels new.
That's cool.
That's like a brilliant thing they did. They did some really clever things for a small map to make it feel new and refreshing every time.
Mm-hmm.
One thing, it's not a bad thing, but I always had to have an issue with it in like a story. Like, you know, when you read a story, like let's say Stormlight, and you really like Kaladin's storyline, but the next chapter is Shallan, right? And you're like, shit, man. And you're not really happy to read this chapter, but he does the POV switching. Right. The point of view switching. And you have to wait a few chapters to get back to Kaladin. This is kind of like that. Like, I'm kind of really into like a quest line. And it's like, damn, come back in the morning or come back at this time of day. Oh. And I have to wait until like that hits
because you found new information.
Yeah.
Like,
and so it's like, okay, I guess I'll do this quest line now. Right. So it's like, okay, I was following this quest line. I was really into it, but I can't do it this next part of the day. So I guess I'll follow that person's quest line.
You don't
just do that.
You don't have to. I mean, you could just kill the day, and then
but it goes back to what you said earlier. You don't want to because you want to get as much goodies as you can.
Right.
So it's kind of like with Shallan. Like I could kind of skip that chapter, but I still kind of want to glean whatever little bit there's still there, still part of the story. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just read it, even though I'm not having as much fun. So that kind of suffers from this, which is why I say it's not like a bad thing. It's just a little bit of like I would prefer more if I could kind of do what I wanted to do. Rather than kind of like with the story being forced to switch to like another POV, I want to kind of like stick with what I love to do. And so like that's a little bit of like an interesting facet where it kind of like forces you to switch storylines.
Because you got to get as much as you can.
So it sounds like it's
kind
of on rails in some sense.
It is on rails, dude, in like so many ways, which is why I'm trying to emphasize that. It really does.
Because it seems like it's a pseudo, like from an outsider's perspective who hasn't played it, it's like, oh, you could just do anything, but in reality, the game's guiding you to what you can do. There's a small map here, but you can only do so much.
Right, and you get really good at it. And so once you go to that world, you know right where to run for the quest. You know where all the enemies are at, and you kind of just do that in dip. You might collect what you can along the way and just kind of keep moving. Where it gets to the point where you know it's so well, you're like, let's just go through. Let's just burn this out.
Got it.
Right, but it's a shit ton of fun. Like the combat's a lot of fun. I did feel, I don't know, maybe you didn't, but I did feel like once I got like my first powerful weapon and like my first power, the game got like exponentially easier. Yeah. Like all of a sudden the game went from kind of like hard to almost easy. And now it's almost like I never die. Like I do what I want in these worlds. Like, I don't know. I found the silence like little MP10 or whatever.
Okay, in Igor's lab.
In Igor's lab, yeah, I found that little silencer.
Hut. Yeah,
and it just one shots everything in the head, and like I'm just running through, and because no one like hears it, like even if you alert someone and you kill them, they didn't hear you kill them, so that you're not alerting anyone else. So I can almost like blow through the map like just with that little silencer, and like really fast, like way faster than the nail gun. The nail gun was slow.
No,
this
I
is
didn't
like
really
way
rock with
faster.
The nail gun too much.
And then when I got Charlie's shotgun, I was like, damn, this thing is so freaking strong.
I never got Charlie's shotgun.
The Funhouse, the game. He has the levels and he teleports. You've killed
You're talking about
right?
the rocket ship.
Nah, Charlie. You go into his little island.
With the aliens and shit like that.
It's a fake world.
Yeah,
it's a fake cardboard or whatever.
I never saw the shotgun. Where's the shotgun at?
He dropped it for me.
Did he?
Like every visionary drops their gun.
Yeah, but I never got a gun drop from Charlie.
Dude,
because every time that I would kill him, he would be in the in his hut, in his security hut. So I killed him one time when he was out of his security hut. Did you ever have it
when he runs out and teleports all on each level?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's how I memorized his teleportation. So I go stand in an area and I wait for him, and I just kill him.
Okay.
And he dropped his gun, and I picked that up. And the moment I picked it up, I was like, dude, I feel like This is way easier now. The game became like way easier.
I never got that shotgun.
That's crazy.
Because every time that I've killed him, he's dropped a gun, but it's always been some other bullshit.
Different.
Yeah, something else.
And another one I got too that Juliana dropped. She has like a different gun every time she invades. She had a.
It depends on what they've worked on.
Rifle that explodes when they hit. Explosion.
Yeah.
That's
so
sick.
There's the guy that's in Updam on the. I think it's not Updam. It's where Frank's at. Where's Frank's station where he shoots off the fireworks at? Where's that at? I think that's Carl's Bay. So I think he's in Carl's Bay in like the morning or the afternoon on a rooftop next to that turret that's up there. If you kill that guy, he's got the rapier.
Well, I got one from Juliana.
Okay.
And that's like so dope.
So
I basically just use those 3 weapons. I use the silencer, that rifle that explodes, and that shotgun, and I am invincible.
Have you gotten any other legendary weapons?
Yeah, I got the one where you got to do the presents in Carl's Bay.
See, I didn't do that one. The one that's in the little container, kind of floating there.
Yeah, you have to do all. I
could not figure out the passcode to get into that room that's in the bar. That was always the last present, and if you couldn't,
that's in the bar.
Yeah, it's in like a little bar.
Is it the one where you have to like line up the pictures?
No, I didn't see nothing about lining up pictures. It's in a room that's got a key code lock on it, and the time box is sitting in there just ticking away, and there's a clock on the outside of the wall, and you have to punch in the 4-digit code to get into the door.
I didn't have to do that one.
Huh.
I had one where I had to jump
always
into
the last
room.
box.
I had to jump into a room, and there was like little white dashes in a circle, and then one was painted red, and then in the middle it had a red for like one of the 4 slots, and so I knew like if it was 2 over, that'd be 2. And if it was like the third one was red, then I know the third number of the code was 2.
Yeah.
And I had to do like that in the whole room. There were like those little things were like scattered throughout the room. And when I found all 4 of them, I had the code. That was like the hardest.
And
one
then you open the door.
And I opened the door up, and there was a box. I had to grab a gun out of there.
And there's a window that you can see into
yeah.
it. Okay, so I didn't figure out that there was like any hash marks or whatever.
Because you could see right on the first code, there's one. They give you like one for free. Go back and look.
Yeah, I have to.
Anyways, so I got that gun, and that one's pretty cool. But it's not, to me, the shotgun form is not as dope as Charlie's. Man, Charlie's is a purple, and it's like better in my opinion.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's a purple shotgun.
Yeah, Charlie's is a purple.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about a legendary.
No,
I was
Charlie's
thinking like,
purple.
oh, okay.
And then the only other purple I got was when I killed Frank. He dropped his complex gun or whatever that has like the double mags on the side.
Yeah.
I think it was Frank I killed. And that's the only. So I got those 2 legendaries. I haven't seen any other.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't grab Frank's gun because I
watched the
I've
episode where you said that there was a gift. I've never heard that. I've never gone to the world and they say, "Hey, you son of a bitch, I've never seen that."
Afternoon.
Yeah, I have never heard that before, and so I never got that chance.
Oh, okay.
So I'm still waiting for when that triggers for me. Maybe I just haven't gone there at the right time of day. I have no idea.
If you even just go in Updam, if you kill enough people, you'll come across the dude who has the sniper rifle. So you can acquire that sniper rifle.
Another thing that I really am annoyed by, I can't stand this. This is probably my biggest gripe of the whole game. When I find a new gun and I got to drop one of my guns to pick it up, that gun I drop is gone for the rest of the day. So it's not like I can go back and re-add it to my loadout at the end of each day. At the end of each section of the day, it's gone for the whole run.
Right. You got to pick and choose and figure out which one you want to get rid of.
Locked, or does it disappear in thin air? Or
well, it's because you've used Residium
to
keep it, right? So the Residium just allows you to start the day again with everything that you've infused with it. So if you drop it off, you still got to finish the rest of the day because you dropped it. It just doesn't magically like appear in your backpack. So like you relinquish the shit.
See, for me,
to get something
it's magically
else.
appearing in my backpack at the start of the day.
That's because of the Residium, which only initiates at the start.
I know,
of the
but
day.
I'm just saying, why couldn't they have just made it to start of every section?
I mean, it would be nice if you could like just acquire
just
weapons
as
and it's
in
just
the morning
there,
as it is in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like, why not just let
you
me?
really have to pick and choose like what you want to drop.
When I really hate it the most is on a power up. So like on a gun, it's like, okay, I might have one that's comparable that I can swap, and I'm like, okay. But it's like, for instance, when I found like the Havoc power, I didn't want to drop my teleporting power, so I had to drop my one that lets me link people together. It was like in the morning, so like for the rest of that day, I was never able to link people together. And that freaking annoyed me. It's
but
like that's so
you
annoying.
just got to deal with it that one time, and then you'll have
I know,
it,
but
as
that's
long as you
annoying
infuse
to
it.
me.
But
It's
yeah.
just annoying, and then it's a little annoying with weapons too. Like I really want to use this gun, but now because I found this new one, I really want to pick it up. I lose the joy of being able to use the gun that I want to use for the rest of that 40-minute play period. Because it takes like probably 40 minutes to an hour to get through like a whole day. So depending on
how
the
long
time
you
of the day
take, doing
you
whatever
did
you're
it, you
doing.
drop the gun off. So it's like it's a real decision, but really it's just a real decision robbing fun for me because it's like this gun I just want it because it's purple. It's not really that much fun, but I just want to collect all the guns, so I drop it to pick it up, and I lose out on the gun like I really want to play with. So like that's probably my biggest gripe.
Okay.
That's probably my biggest gripe. And in my opinion, this is more like BioShock to me, man.
It does have a lot of BioShock.
I didn't hear you mention BioShock in the past, but like when I was playing, I was like, this is like so BioShock. The guns kind of feel like BioShock.
I guess
the mysterious world with like scientists creating like a unique, scientific world.
Yeah.
And as you get further along, you're learning more and more. The powers are a lot of fun. It's a very, very great game.
I just when I
Really
looked at
good.
like the powers and like the weapon switching and stuff like that, where you have to like kind of decide what you want to do. You know what I mean? I just considered it like the part of the challenge, right? It's just like, okay, if as long as I've infused these weapons, I'll get them back. So I just got to make sure which one do I really want to lose going through this or not. You know what I mean? Like I've had times where I've expelled like all of the ammo that I had on me. And I just had to drop something to grab another weapon because it had ammo, just so I could kill something. And so, like, it's just...
I've never had an issue
It's like,
finding
okay,
ammo.
I just like, all right, let me just go back and pick that weapon up after I've killed this person and whatnot. I was going to ask you, have you've talked about Colt. Have you done Juliana's side yet?
No.
You haven't done any of Juliana?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Have you had plenty of encounters with Juliana?
She's invaded my world like every time I play.
Okay.
Yeah.
And have you had any trouble with them?
With Juliana?
Yes.
I've never played online.
You've never played online?
No.
Why are you
So
just
every
playing
Juli-
offline?
Well, for one, that's how the game started, and there's been many opportunities when I've played through, and it says lost connection to server, so I just play.
It's done that a lot.
So
I thought that was just
I don't
me.
even bother. I just play.
I click it online as
I don't bother to
as
even
often
bother
as I
clicking on
can.
it.
Like if I can, I try to play online. But every time I've come across a Juliana, they cannot fuck with me. Like I've had nobody that was a Juliana successfully kill me, and I've had some give me my run for my money. Like
Yeah.
the one where like I was trying to. It was at the end of the loop, and I was trying to off multiple people. I won't spoil it for you, but I was trying to off
Right.
multiple people, and Juliana popped in, and they don't show up. So it's like, okay, they want me to go into the thick of the shit and then get caught up so that they can come and get me. So I was sitting there, doing everybody in, and then I got everybody out, and then all of a sudden I see somebody pop up on a rooftop, and I'm like, what the hell? And they're glowing red or whatever, so they got Havoc going.
The Havoc
so I'm
is
like,
the
ah,
worst.
shit. So I'm like, okay, so I got no weapons right now except for my sniper rifle because I've used up everything that I had to kill those two because they just take a lot. And then I'm trying to do some other stuff, so I'm like, all right, I gotta drop a weapon, pick this up, and then I gotta try to plan.
Do you stick with? Like, do you start a day with?
So I have the pepper mill because that spits a lot, and I can just eradicate anything I aim it at. I aim it at you, you're gone. Juliana, you're gone. The visionaries, whatever. That's my killer. The sniper rifle because I can find a good vantage point up top and pop all day, and nobody can find me. Like I just pop, pop, pop. You know what I mean? Just kill.
Right.
I could do a whole thing, and they don't know where I'm at. And then
See, that's how I feel with the silenced MP5 or whatever.
yeah,
I just zoom in and I just pop, 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 pop. No one ever hears or sees.
right. Yeah, I always
don't
left
need a
that
scope
one
to do
back
that.
because I had the pepper mill and I didn't need another
Right.
fast fit. And then the other one is the Verso, the static Verso. I think it is. It's the legendary handguns.
Oh, and the ones that like connect or whatever.
Yeah,
I
have you
saw
gotten
a
that
video
one?
on it. No.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know how to get that one.
Oh, okay.
But dude, I'm telling you, that one gun from Charlie, that shotgun,
yeah.
it one shots everybody. So way faster than the pepper mill.
Well, I mean, the
Like,
shotgun is nice.
The guys just go
but-
boom, 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 room's cleared.
Damn.
I collect a whole guys a bunch of coming. I go buy a rock. They come dead. I move on.
Okay.
Like it's like retarded easy. And then like until I actually alert a room, I use that silenced MP10 or whatever, and I just go through. I see a guy head dead. See a guy head dead. Dead. Okay, that room's cleared.
Damn.
Like everything is a one shot at any range too.
For an
So I
actual
could be like
challenge,
really far away with the MP10 and I just aim on the head, dead.
for an
So
actual challenge, you should play with the real Juliana, with like an actual Juliana instead of
yeah,
just the
I'm
AI.
sure, but I'm just trying to
Is that
play
just a
through it,
common
man.
weapon to find too?
The MP10 I had.
It's always in the same
You
location.
have to get. Yeah, it's in like a
Oh, okay,
building.
okay.
It's in what's his face's office.
It's in Igor's little
I
hut
see.
that he's got. So
yeah.
you
So
can
get it
you can
every run
always go
'cause
there.
You know where it's at.
Yeah.
You just
Well, no, I infuse it, and also another thing with the iridium, you can infuse to keep it. So you just find it once and you have it. And with me with the
Gotcha.
iridium, I have like a shit ton of it all the time. So I always keep like whatever I want to keep, like whatever I really want to keep, I keep. So that's another reason why I say it's not a roguelike, because there isn't really any losing of anything. Like you take everything you want. If you really want it, you'll find a way to keep it.
Gotcha.
Because everything that you find, you can dismantle into iridium. So you find a bunch of duplicates. Like so like whenever you kill a dude that's like a glowing guy, he'll drop like a few trinkets or whatever. That's all iridium. So it's like you might as well just pick it all up because you just dismantle it. You may not need any of those trinkets, but you just dismantle it.
Does
all.
iridium continue on every
Yeah,
loop?
so every loop,
No.
it's like the iridium is all there. Oh, yeah, it's every loop.
The
every day.
residuum does not come back.
Yeah.
Like you'll lose if you got 42,000 and you end the
No,
day.
I mean,
You don't
are you
start
talking
the
about?
day.
Are you talking about when you go into the next zone? When we go to that zone again?
No, I'm talking about whatever you use to keep the weapons. Does that carry on the loop?
It carries on each section of the day,
Oh,
but not
okay.
at the end of the day.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But at the end of the day, you spend it all.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
they
it
give
tells
you one
you.
last opportunity. So even when the day ends, they give you one last opportunity to spend your iridium. So you just dump it all, right, on everything you have. So you start the next loop immediately with all your cool stuff. I still don't.
I see.
I still don't like that whole. It's just part of the challenge because, for me, it's annoying. You find guns all the time that you want to pick up. If you want to collect the guns, then you find guns like almost every run. So every run, you're being interrupted from being able to use the guns that you want to use.
I mean,
And
I
for me,
found
that's not as fun.
I found the guns, but at a certain point, I was like, I don't even need any of these. Like the shit I got, the 3 I got, they killing everything that I come across. So it's like I don't even need to pick up this thing.
Right,
I'm
but
not even trying.
if
I
you're
mean, I
trying to
did pick up
collect
some
guns-
eventually because I was like, oh, this is like I think I picked up 2 MP10s that regenerated health, and I was like, oh, I'll try that out. You know what I mean? So I had to relinquish 2 guns to be able to get those. And then I realized that they were shit compared to my pepper mill that I put Hellfire, Big Box, and Short Shot on. And it's like, okay, well, I'm just going to use this. I don't need these fucking things. Like, I'm not quiet. Nah, I don't need to go quiet. Like,
Yeah,
I'll snap next if I want to go quiet.
Yeah, I mean, it's so fast with that MP10 though, going quiet. Like I'm just as fast. I feel like
I think there's
if
another
I just like wait
tribunal
for everyone to
that's,
run to me and I kill them all, like going through, I see it's so freaking fast. And then like I come across like a group of 3, I throw that connect out, I headshot one of them, they all die. So like it's just as fast to me as like guns blazing. The MP10, the silenced MP10, like it's super accurate. And I put like the mods on there that make it even more accurate, make it deadlier at longer range. You know, like lightning strike. So the further away it is, the more it still hits. So it's like I'm just like laser beaming everybody, and there's like no drop off on these bullets. So it's like a guy is way far out there.
It hits.
If I just stick my crosshair right on the head, it's
hits.
hitting them. That's where it's going. There's no drop
Yeah,
off.
it's clean
So
like
it's
that.
like,
It's
dude,
always
man.
nice.
That's
And then
so cool.
also another trick too is I really like abuse the turrets. Like there's these little turrets in the game, and one of my favorite character mods is the hack at longer range. So I can be so far away now. So before, when the game first started, when you hack things, you had to get close enough to be actually be in range of it. I don't know if you know this, but if you start the hack and then move aside, you
you'll
can
still
still
go.
hack.
Yeah.
You don't actually have to have a direct line of sight of it. You just have to have a direct line of sight of the thing you're
When you
hacking to
initiate
Start
initiate
it,
the
yeah.
hack, and then you can like move away so the thing can't shoot you anymore. But with the long distance, I know it's like so cheesy, but with the long distance hacker, you just like be right in front of it and like look right at it, but you're so far away from it, it won't ever shoot at you. And then you just go over there. You can like shrink it down into a briefcase. It has like a transform mode. You can pick it up, carry it with you, put it in an area, and then deploy it. and it'll mow everything over.
Even if you got the
so it's like the BioShock turrets,
range.
it's just AI. It's just
Yeah,
trying to shoot
it's
at
just
you.
AI.
You can hack it, and
That's why I say like it's like a lot like BioShock.
Even
in
with
my
the long
opinion.
range, you just throw that bitch into
You
the
can throw it
crowd
in
and then
there.
just
The reason why I don't
hack
like doing that
it.
is because you can actually like direct it. If you hold it to deploy it, you can actually direct it. If you throw it, it might land like catawampus and like face the mountain or something. You want to like face the enemies. But it's like, dude, this is like so freaking easy. So for me, it's like the game got, I think, easy a little too quickly.
Do you bring that to like a visionary, a boss, and just drop it and then just run away? And
you could if you want to. Yeah.
The visionaries are pretty strong. They might kill it, but yeah.
Can you just go find another one
like,
and throw that one?
I did drop one at Frank's office, and I opened up the door, and he came out and killed it still. But I just finished the job.
Oh shit! Charlie gets done up every day in the security office. I just jump over to the other side of his building, and then I peek through the window, and there's a turret there, but it's on his side. So I just hack it from the window, and then he's sitting in there, just standing there, and then it goes.
See, that's another thing that I thought
done.
Was pretty cool. Like some of the encounters were pretty fun. Like when I got Charlie in his little funhouse, and then he was like teleporting. I'm like, oh, this is kind of an interesting fight. Like I kind of gotta like memorize his like teleportation locations. Like it's kind of like an actual boss fight. And then I come across like someone else, like Harriet, who I just literally just assassinate. There's like nothing to her. She's just there, and I just go assassinate, right? And then like I go across.
Wait, how you assassinating Harriet though? She duplicates herself.
No, that's Wenji. Wenji has like 10 forms of herself.
Yeah, you're right. Which one?
Harriet's the one in the but the poison gas.
Oh, right. Yeah.
She doesn't.
Yeah,
have,
you
like,
can just slide in.
Yeah,
and get
she
her.
doesn't have like any kind of like encounter fight.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like she's a normal person. But I came across. I'll tell you, I did die once. I came across Kai or Sai, the artist, the psycho chick with the art, where you had to get her little holographs.
Fia.
Okay, I said Saya. Fia. I found her. She if she notices you, she immediately activates a nuclear reaction.
Oh,
and dude, she initiates it instantly if she catches you.
I have never once been caught by her.
And so, evacuate. And so I'm like, shit. So I'm running away. So I killed her, but it doesn't matter because I ran away. I even got out of the complex and I was like running towards the exit.
Yeah,
and I died still. Like a nuke went off.
You know what? I see that notification every time saying that Fia will end everything on this island if she sees you. But I've never once been spotted by her. I always catch her when she's walking around her room, and then I just assassinate her real quick with a neck snap.
It was only the very first encounter with her because I heard her, so I kind of like jumped out and kind of like was just gonna.
He was like, I've got you, bitch.
I have my shotgun because it's so OP. I don't need to assassinate, right? Yeah, I got you. And then she runs away and nuclear reactored me, dude. Yeah. And you can't. It's not like a life. You're dead. Even if you have both your lives left.
She destroyed the whole freaking island, bro. It's done. Yeah.
I'm like, dang, that sucks.
That's funny. I almost would have tried to
like the only time like I've ever died is from like instances like that where like it just instantly ruined you. Like with the Residium one. When you first got the Residium, it just instantly nuked you.
Yeah.
So you had no choice. Everything you had, you
got to restart it.
I was like, damn, there were so many trinkets I collected on that run, But anyways, it's a lot of fun, dude. Like it's a total blast. It's a super fun game. Like the gunplay is a blast. Killing the Eternals is a lot of fun. Collecting Residium and keeping your gear is a lot of fun. It's just the storyline's really interesting. It's a really unique, interesting world. I think easily on the lines of BioShock storytelling. It just has a few things that I think could have been like a slightly better. So like it's better than a 9, but like probably less than a perfection. So I'm like a 9.5. Like it's really good.
Yeah, that's what I think. I said that before. When I talked to one of you guys, I think I might talk to you about it or something like that. I said it was like a 9. Like it wasn't quite a 10, but it was damn near there. Yeah. Like it's a good ass game. But
it's just a couple things. Yeah, it's really, really dope, man. It's better. It is better than Ratchet in the sense that it's just so much fun.
So do you agree with my aspect of game of the year?
Though. Yeah, I think
if you look at everything that's come out in 2021, does this seem like this would be game of the year if this is all we get?
Brand new for 2021, probably. This is probably the best game so far. Although I really did like Disco Elysium, but that didn't come out technically this year. Just the PS5 version did.
Right.
So is it my favorite game I've played this year? It might be just a tad shy of Disco Elysium because Disco Elysium is like freaking incredible. But this is really good. It's really, really good. Like, it's an addicting game. I think about it. It's one of those games where like I'm at work and I want to go home and play it.
Yeah.
You know, or I'm at, home doing work and like I don't want to do work. I want to play.
Yeah, I was trying to squeeze like one of them time frames, one of them 4 time frames in like after work. Like shit, okay, let me just do at least one.
A quick 30-minute time frame. I just want to continue that.
And it was nice because you could just leave it and then come back. You don't got to ever worry about your shit getting lost.
Like know how I always gripe and complain about like feeling not rewarded. Like this game is so rewarding. Like whenever I get to the Visionary and I kill them, they like have a bunch of
shit that they drop.
Pops, you get like a ton of Iridium bump, you get their weapon. Like it's just like that's what I'm talking about. Like I want to feel like this was so worth it. Yeah, it was like a truck to get there, and you had to kill a lot of guys and the fight was kind of intense a little bit, but like when you're done, you get all the goodies and you take it back and you get to like use that Iridium to get new powers and power-ups and new trinkets and it's like that's what I'm talking about, man. Make it rewarding.
And you only have to deal with like the giving up of the powers or whatever until you have all of the powers. Once you have the powers initially,
right. Once you collect them all
they do is drop upgrades.
Right, and that's when I like
you never have to.
Like I'm really happy.
Yeah.
Like I fight Juliana, and it's like, oh, please don't be one I don't have yet. And it's like, oh, cool, just send to Arsenal. It's like, oh, that's so cool. Because then when I go to my next day, I can look and see what it was.
Right.
And like use it now. It didn't take away what I wanted to use and force me to use it. Yeah. Like it lets me choose to use it. And then like I usually do, like I'll try it out. But it's like I have the choice. That's probably my big, that's like a tinier gripe, but that's like my biggest gripe. Like that's how like good the game is,
Yeah, man. That's dope though. Yeah,
really sick,
I really
man.
enjoyed that game, man.
It's
You
really,
gotta
really
try
sick.
it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to play it at some point. I'm thinking maybe around Thanksgiving. Hopefully I have some free time.
Yeah, just let me know. You can borrow it,
for sure. And hopefully I can get like a good week of playing it.
Yeah. So yeah, as far as me, I'll make it quick because we've been talking about Deathloop and all the other shit for a long time. I've played and beat Deathloop, so I finally finished the entire loop. I got it done. I had gotten to a point where I had killed all the visionaries, and then I just had to do the last step. And I fucking was overthinking it or whatever and thought like, oh, well, it's telling me to go way over here. But I got the escape door right here. Like I could just literally go into the tunnels right here. I wasn't supposed to go into the tunnels. I was supposed to go to the Rack Lopton or whatever that shit is called, the little thing. So like I fucked up my whole day because I went in there and said, are you sure you want to leave? And I'm like, well, yeah, I'm done here. And then it's like, boom, oh, guess I can't get it, but next time, and I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck happened? Like
I will say that
I thought my day was
so you had to do the whole kill over.
I had to go back over, but I already knew what to do.
I know you knew what to do, so
and
it's
just
easy,
I was able to just.
That's
quit.
another thing. It was a little discombobulating at first, getting a feel for like how to track things, like the questing and stuff.
Yeah,
it was a little bit confusing. Like once you get it, it's like really easy, but it was a little discombobulating because like. Like I'm supposed to do things, but what am I supposed to do? Like I didn't realize I had to like
go in your menu and click something
and like click on like a visionary lead and like click on that, and then it will give me a direction on what to do. Like
you don't even have to do it. You can do it while you're in there too. You can change it. Like so, if you have 3 different objectives, you can change your objective to tell you which one's closer
exactly. Before you start, you can like look.
No, I'm saying after, like once you're already in there, you can.
You can still change it. Yeah, but I was
you'll have like 3 or 4
normally
things
on like a lot of games, like start to finish games. The kind of like the quest thing just kind of like automatically starts,
right?
So just where to go. This one you kind of have to like click.
Right.
This is the lead I want to
follow. Because you gotta
follow.
be like, okay,
or
yeah,
this is the
what
piece
I
of gear I want
to
to follow. And at first, when I was first playing, I was a little bit annoyed that I had to. I was misunderstanding the game, but I was like, this is frustrating. I have to go through and have to wait all the way until the next day to go and kill Charlie again to pick up his power to get an upgrade. Like that's tedious, man. Like that's what I was thinking at first, but it doesn't really matter. Because like Juliana will come, you'll kill her, you'll get her slab, and it might upgrade your gear, or like you'll just keep doing things, just keep going forward. It's fun still, and like you'll eventually go back to it, and it doesn't really matter. The upgrades aren't like that game changing that you like need to like farm them. Like you can farm them, so my mind was like, gosh, this is tedious. Partly because it was like a quest line, like farming upgrades for like his specific slab was like a quest line, and so I was like, damn, this is gonna make me like keep doing that. not really. Just click the lead for like a visionary lead, and that's a real quest line, and just follow those.
Right.
So, like I said, it was a little discombobulating at first. So, like if you're like thinking about playing, like realize that, really follow visionary leads, and everything else just will follow.
Yeah. So after that, I was looking for something else to play. I do know that Far Cry 6 is out, and I did want to play that, but I wasn't able to get it. So I'm gonna have to wait on it. But I did decide to go ahead and try Scarlet Nexus since it came out on the
cool.
Game Pass, and I know you had talked about that you had bought it or whatever. So I tried it out. It's okay. It seems like something that I could play, just like waste time, but it doesn't seem like it's really like intricate or like it's nothing like extremely drawing me, telling me like, oh, let me play this. Yeah, I almost want to start the loop again.
It's that fun, right?
I tried playing as Juliana, but I had the issue where I couldn't find anybody to invade. Like, ain't nobody playing fucking Cole? I was getting invaded left and right.
I think there's like server issues, man. Like it happens to me all the time. Whenever I play on it says disconnected, like the first day, like I'll open my game up from like my
and it always say you're disconnected.
And I
from
finish
the
that zone, and then it says there's a problem. You've been disconnected from the server, and I just keep playing. Like I don't try to go back and turn on. I think a lot of people are doing that.
Yeah, I try to click it to see if it'll come back on. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I have to like, I'll get to the end of that section of the day, and then it'll save for me. I'll close it and then open it again, and then it'll go through that little opening scene where it tries to log into Bethesda.net and then connect. Because that seems like the only time that it'll actually connect. It should be a button there that lets you actually try to log back in. The other thing just like is like a little gamer tag, signature. It doesn't do it. But yeah. So so I played a little bit of Scarlet Nexus. I'll probably play a little bit more, but I'm just kind of like playing that until I do something else.
Yeah.
So I think
the world's a little bland.
Yeah,
but the combat's pretty fun.
Yeah, I think like next week, Back for Blood comes out, so I'll probably end up starting to play that. No, I didn't. I didn't pick up Kenna yet.
Try out,
yeah. I do want to get Kenna. And so it's like Far Cry 6 is coming out. Something is gonna end up falling to the wayside. So I don't know what it is, but I did tell you that I wanted to get Kenna physically, and that doesn't come out until November.
Right, yeah.
So yeah, but so short and sweet for me, because we took up enough time. That's it for the games we've been playing this week. So, Rick.
I got you, me.